the Libertarian Party continues to do the same thing over and over and over again and get these GOP retreads who haven't done well in their party when they've gone for higher offices. And we're like, oh, this is the one that's going to get us the 5%. And Gary Johnson got us 3.25.
3.25, and Bob Barr, I think both elections combined got us roughly that amount. And we've been doing this for 4 cycles where we try to differentiate ourselves as the party of true liberty and rejecting the Republicans and Democrats. And then we prove that we are the party of rejecting the Republicans and Democrats by immediately nominating 2 Republicans, Republican for president and vice president, to just drive home how not Republican we are. This is a man, Justin Amash, who was basically run out of his own party by Donald Trump. He then apparently has determined that he's not going to be able to win re-election as an incumbent in his own seat because of Donald Trump. And he is going to make his never Trumper run using the Libertarian Party apparatus and all the hard work that we've done putting together, getting ballot access, all the stuff he hasn't done. Now, there are some naysayers to Justin Amash who say, but Spike, Justin Amash can't run. He hasn't had any interaction with the Libertarian Party at all. And I'd say that's actually not true. Justin Amash has sent people to the Libertarian Party of Michigan to vote NOTA against anyone who would run against him in Congress to make sure that he didn't have any Libertarian competition. So he actually does have some history with the Libertarian Party, hamstringing us whenever possible. So now that he has determined that his time with the Republicans is over and he can't get anywhere as a constitutional conservative, which he's been marketing himself as. Now he's going to market himself as a never Trump libertarian, whatever that is. And I am very interested to see who his VP pick is going to be. Some of the rumors I've heard from a few different sources who are not connected in any real way is that he is considering bringing in Mark Sanford as his VP.
And I want to remind everybody that Mark Sanford ran for president earlier this year as a member of the GOP, and he lost to Bill Weld. Bill Weld made it longer than Mark Sanford. That means the throwaway vice presidential candidate, the literal bar that we judge all of the vice president candidates from here on out, beat Mark Sanford in longevity in the GOP presidential race. And that is who Justin Amash is about to bring over.
Right. So, well, that he's rumored. We don't know. He may not bring anyone over. He may bring someone else over. You know, some people were talking about Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie is a sitting congressman. He has no interest in running in some kind of tilt against the old windmill, tilt at the old windmill run against Donald Trump when he needs Republican support for his reelection.
Right. And Kentucky did just change their law back in 2016 saying that you could run for 2 offices at the same time. You could run for House and Vice President at the same time.
Oh, I'm sure, but if you...
They used to have a law that you couldn't, but he would have to switch parties. And he wouldn't.
Oh, he's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. So that's not going to happen. So Justin Amash more than likely going to be bringing in another never Trump Republican to use the Libertarian Party to run a never Trump Republican message. Now let's play a little game here. If you are running a campaign saying that the most important thing is to stop Donald Trump at all costs, that Donald Trump is a unique threat, a uniquely bad threat to our republic and our Constitution, anyone thinking strategically is going to say, oh, well, I guess the most important thing is to stop Donald Trump. Well, if you think the most important thing to stop Donald Trump, who are you going to vote for? The one who's most likely to stop Donald Trump. You're not going to vote third party. You're going to vote for Joe Biden because he's the only one that has a shot. This is bad. We have a really great opportunity to spread the message of liberty. Actual liberty. Not Republican-branded liberty. Liberty. Actual self-ownership. Non-aggression. All the stuff we talk about on this show and on mine. And that I talk about on everyone else's shows when I go on theirs. Real liberty based on property rights and self-ownership. Non-aggression. Voluntary solutions over coercive ones. This is a terrible, terrible choice to bring in someone who is going to brand us yet again as edgy Republicans who love weed and hate Trump. And that will haunt us really poorly. He's not going to get progressive votes because they see him as the guy who voted against making lynching illegal. So he's going to get us nowhere with that. What he's going to do is lose us a lot of people who have worked very hard in this party and have no interest in voting for another Republican. He will get us 15 Never Trump, all 15 of the Never Trump Republicans left. And that's about, including the two of them. So 13 additional Never Trump Republicans who will vote for them. We will probably get Bill Weld's vote. Actually, no, Bill Weld to vote for Biden.
Yeah, Bill Weld will vote for Biden. Yep. Everybody, like, even all the members of the Freedom Caucus, you know, your Rand Pauls, your Mike Lees, your Thomas Massie, they are good friends with Justin. They will toe the party line and vote for Trump. And these are people who have worked close with him and think that a lot of what he is doing is right and good.
Yeah, it's this is a terrible choice. Now, from our standpoint, from Vermin and my standpoint, this might actually help us because now we've got, you know, there's a lot of people pushing for that pragmatic vote. So this moves a lot of stuff around. I don't really think this hurts us much because our core of supporters are people who would never really consider voting for Justin Amash, and certainly not consider voting for Justin Amash if he's signaling with bringing in another Never Trump Republican like a Sanford or someone like that he, or maybe he'll pick Joe Walsh. That'll be fun, huh? To signal that he's running a Never Trump campaign. And that will, you know, I think this is interesting. The scary part of this is that I don't think for a second that Justin Amash would jump into this race unless he was being given assurances that he was going to win it. Because can you imagine going from being one of the most well-known Liberty Republican congressmen to being someone who got kicked out of your own party, to being someone who couldn't get reelected at your own seat, to being someone who loses a nomination contest in a very small third party? I have to think he's getting assurances. And at the same time that we're being told that there is the possibility that we won't be getting the coronavention or a rescheduled convention, but instead a rump convention where the top brass of where the LNC will get together and totally promise to change the bylaws for an online convention, except there's nothing that actually binds them to do that. They could show up, have a quorum, and say, oh, look, the 20 of us or 15 of us or 10 of us that are together are a convention. Hey, let's nominate someone for president. I wonder who we'll pick. So this is bad news. If you want the Libertarian Party to be an organization for promoting individual liberty and property rights and freedom and non-aggression and self-ownership and ending the wars and all of the things that we promote, then going with yet another failed Republican is not the way to do it, especially not the way they would probably have to do it to get him in. So this is terrible news. Right. I'm sure we could have a situation where, 10 Libertarian board members nominate Amash, and Amash goes like that, and then we have several months of Libertarian activists. I mean, I've been doing delegate calls. I can tell you right now, the people who would actually have to be out there promoting this candidacy are going to sit on their thumbs. The vast majority of them are going to sit on their thumbs, reconsider whether they want to even renew their membership, and let it play out how it plays out. This is going to be at a time when the campaigning is going to be entirely online. This is terrible. This is a terrible, terrible choice. And if the LNC goes forward with this, if the Libertarian Party goes forward with this, then they will do worse than they did in this last election, and we will be branded for at least 2 or 3 election cycles as just Republicans who love weed and hate Trump. And that's it.